Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Tuesday, the 6th of September 2022. In today's Millwall news, it was a continuation of their winning streak for the under 21s and a bit of deja vu regarding games against Coventry. So, what happened? Well, it was match day for the under 21s and they won their fifth game in a row. They won all five games so far this season. They beat Coventry 3-2, and Coventry had a man sent off, so exactly like the first team did a couple of weeks ago. They were behind, but it wasn't 2-0, it was 1-0. And they came back and ended up winning the game. This is the match summary for Millwall FC.co.uk. But we're going to read the match report from the Coventry website, but we're just going to get the team from this website. And the team was Gilmore, Smith, Adam Malaki, Penny, Grant, Ockley, Allen, Lawson, Drozd, Abdul Malik, and Esse. The subs were Hearn, Evans, Cotton, and Walker. So the match report from Coventry's official website, ccfc.co.uk. Coventry 2 and Millwall 3. And there you go. There's Alfie Allen and Penny going for the ball. And the kit wearing a white goalkeeper kit, which I've never seen that before. White goalkeeper kit, that's kind of odd. The Sky Blues under 21 slipped to a late defeat at home to Millwall in the Professional Development League. City took the lead through Wilbur Pega, but fell behind after a brace from Abdul Malik. In the last 10 minutes, City thought they had secured a point through Abdul Alabi's header, but in the 90th minute, the visitors snatched all 3 points through Kyle Smear. It was the visitors who had the first effort on goal, and it came from a corner from the right-hand side, which was met by the head of Alfie Allen, but he couldn't steer his header on target. At the other end, the ball played inside Harrison Lee gave the striker a sighted goal, but his shot was blocked on the way towards goal. However, the Sky Blues wouldn't be denied a second time, and they took the lead when Tom Costello pulled the ball back for Verpega, and he fired the ball into the back of the net. As we approached the half-hour mark, Millwall produced their best chance of the game. It came from a ball in from the left, which was met by Seb Drozd, but his header sailed over the bar from close range. Tom Bilson was called into action for the first time, getting down low on his right to deny Abdul Malik's thunderous strike from distance. And it was 1-0 at half time. 4 minutes into the second half, Millwall's quest to get back on level terms continued, and they missed another chance when Kamal Grant's header went wide. A few moments later, the Lions did get their equaliser, and it came from a flick on at the near post, which fell into the path of Abdul Malik, who had the easy task of slotting the ball past Bilson from less than 6 yards out. Mill continued to have the better of the second half and went close to taking the lead when Grant's header was well saved by Bilson. City's first hope in the second half fell at the feet of Tom Costello as his spectacular shot from the edge of the box whistled past the post. Dempster gave a start to under-18s defender Tristan Batanwi, and he made a crucial goal line clearance to deny Abdul Malik scoring his second of the game. Although, despite numerous blocks, the Sky Blues couldn't prevent Abdul Malik getting that second goal and putting Millwall in front with a finish from the inside of the area. With 10 minutes remaining, City got back into the game and it was Isaac Olaofe who headed home from Hayden Finnegan's corner to make it 2-2. The Sky Blues had a chance to take the lead in the final few moments, but Costello couldn't connect with Dermy Lusalu's ball into the box, but it would be heartbreak for the under-21s as Millwall would snatch all 3 points in the 90th minute and Carl Smith shot on the back post deflected past Bilson and into the back of the net. With City hoping to get a late level there, they lost Hayden Finnegan to a second yellow card, so he got sent off. So yeah, exactly the same result as the first team had a couple of weeks ago, 3-2 victory and a red card to the opposition. So there you go. Millwall under-21s carrying on their fantastic start to the season, and you can see it here. First game of the season at Hull away, 1-0, 4-0 against Barnsley, 4-1 against Birmingham City, 5-1 against Peterborough, and 3-2 now against Coventry City. And that leaves them top of the table, the only team in the south with a 100% record. 17 goals scored, 4 conceded, absolute juggernaut of a team. The only other team with who hasn't lost a game is Bristol City. Charlton lost their latest game, and the team we're playing next is Watford. We're playing them next Tuesday, That's supposed to be at the Kings Langley FC Stadium, which is in Apsley, but the way they're playing, they've lost 3 in a row. They haven't scored. They've conceded 12. You imagine they had to make some drastic cuts to their youth teams after getting relegated from the Premier League, or the players just walked away. Not a very good team this season, so it might be that they might not put the players in the public spotlight too much if they are not very competitive. It's not fair on them. So they might move the game to the training ground. You never know. But as we speak right now, the game next week, that one there is supposed to be played at Kings Langley FC, which is just above Hemel Hempstead. And after that, the week after, the big game, which is currently supposed to be played at the Den, is always a cracker. Millwall U21s versus Charlton U21s. Always a decent crowd there. And some strong Charlton youth teams recently, headed up by Jason Newell, and Millwall as well. So it's always a decent game, that. And both teams have got a pretty decent start to the season. Millwall absolutely on fire. 5 games, 5 wins. Just incredible. Well done, everyone involved. Fantastic. So now we're going to move on to injury update from Gary Rowett. So this is from newsatden.co.uk. Millwall boss gives injury update after Cardiff win. Gary Rowett provided an injury update after his side's 2-0 win against Cardiff City at the Den. Captain Sean Hutchinson had to be withdrawn early in the second half after injuring his groin, with Charlie Cresswell coming off the bench, replacing and scoring the opening goal of the game just a few minutes later. The Millwall boss went on to confirm that the centre-back suffered a Grade 2 groin tear and would likely be out of action until the start of October. On the day, he said he could feel something pop, Rowett told us it then. We're hoping that it's not too serious. We're hoping that it might be sort of 3 to 4 week injury, but we're obviously waiting the exact prognosis. If it is, it'll probably take us into the international break, and he'll probably be back just as we come back. But that'll be good timing, I think. He's obviously our captain. I think his form has been good recently, and his defenders look like he's got that little bit of extra sharpness back again. But like we said before, every injury gives someone else an opportunity. It's not what we want, but that's how we have to see it, and that's why we have a good squad this year, so people now have to step up. The likes of Cressy, who was really unlucky not to start anyway, but obviously it's a potential opportunity for him. Hutchinson joins Mason Bennett and Ryan Leonard on the sidelines, for the latter two also set to miss the next few weeks of action after they both suffered hamstring tears. Other than that, Rowett believes that he has a fully fit squad. They will need to assess Tyler Berry ahead of Saturday's match at Sunderland. So Tyler Berry, what's happened to him? Tyler's got a little bit of a knock to his knee that we're just exploring, but we don't think it's too serious. Again, I think we'll find out tomorrow and Tuesday morning. I gave the players a couple of days off because of the journey in the week and the fact that they got back at around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. We've got a clear week this week, so it's a good chance to give them a little bit of rest, and we'll go again tomorrow with a tough day. Make up for it. We'll see how he is, but it's probably the only one that's had a knock from the game. So there you go. Tyler Berry now a possible doubt for the Sunderland game. Maybe that will open the way up for Isaac Olaofe to take his place on the bench. And we now have some comments about Isaac Olaofe extending his contract with Millwall. Yesterday that was announced. And this is also from newsatden.co.uk. Gary Rowett discusses contract with Millwall striker. Gary Rowett described Isaac Olaofe's new contract as a reward for his hard work so far this season. The striker penned a new deal on Monday after it was confirmed that he would be staying with the Lions until January at the earliest. The Millwall boss had previously said that there were both loan and permanent offers on the table going into deadline day, but the decision had been made to keep him at the club in order to bolster their numbers up front. He's worked really hard since pre-season, Rowett told me. I think it was one where we had a lot of interest in him, but we just felt it was better for him to stay as part of the group and give us a bit more options in those forward areas. We saw it last year with Tyler, where we were toying with letting him out. Then we had a couple of injuries, and all of a sudden he was in the team. He was one of those options, either starting or coming on, to help us. I can see Tanto doing that as well. His new deal was a nice little reward for him and for the hard work he's put in, and now it's up to him to try and see if he can get into the team and into the matchday squad. He's certainly got all the attributes. Indeed, and we have more but similar comments from Gary Rowett, this time speaking to South London Press, LondonNewsOnline.co.uk. Lions striker has every chance of gaining match minutes this season. Isaac Olaofe has been told that he has every chance of getting more senior match minutes with Millwall this season after a loan move away on deadline day failed to materialise. The Lions announced yesterday that the 22-year-old Lucian-born striker had extended his contract, and Millwall manager Gary Rowett believes the academy product can make a first-team impact at the Den in the current campaign. "I'm really pleased," the Lions chief told the South London Press when asked about Olaofe signing his new deal. "He's one we've spoken about that might have gone out on loan this window or might stay. We weren't sure. The key is that he's hungry to score goals and to try and break into the first team. The club certainly felt they wanted to tie him down for a good length of time to see how he develops. It's good for him, a nice reward for the work he's put in, getting on the pitch and making his debut this season. Let's see what he can do over the next 7 or 8 months. We've got good options. It's tough for anyone to get lots of games time. It'll be a real conundrum for me to work out. We got the 3 that started the game Saturday, and then I brought on George Honeyman, Tyler Burry and Benik Bobby. Those are great options to have. You can see at the weekend how that can impact games late on. Tanto's got to get his head down, keep working and keep developing. It might be that we get a couple of injuries like we did last season. He finds himself in the matchday squad. And then he might come on and win us the game. You just don't know. For anyone, it will be quite hard to pin down a regular place in the forward line because we've got so many options, and with 5 subs, it opens the game up. I think there are very few strikers who are going to play 90 minutes regularly for any team because it doesn't make sense not to use those options." Indeed. Fresh legs coming on. And we saw at the weekend Benik Bobby coming on and getting his goal. And he started a lot of games before then, and he didn't really look all that. He had a couple of chances, but nothing concrete. Comes off the bench and gets the goal. And kind of same with Vogelsammer. When he was coming off the bench, he looked absolutely fantastic. The last couple of games he started, not so much. He hasn't been bad. It's just doesn't seem to be making the impact that he made when he was coming on as a sub. So that might be the new dynamic now. Forwards coming on with fresh legs, and then the other team will have to think: do we bring fresh legs on in defence to counter that? It might be a strategy that we as teams will need to develop, but we will see as we go forward. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.